No surprise to see that number back in Victory Lane either. That's just the way, that car is dominant down there on that red little bull ring.
This Garrett D's from Road River, the 66 car, I'm trying to remember that. I think I've seen it before, but I'm not sure.
There's a bunch of D's.
That's a long tow for Sunset to do a little bull ring action there.
Man, if you like bull ring racing, there's no place better than Sunset. It's not the most high-speed, nasty, hanging out type racing, but it's a very technical track. And the fact that it's short, that red clay is a tricky surface, and you better be
dialed in.
Yeah, you better be on your game to win at Sunset, because if you're starting at the back of the pack, you've got the deck stacked against you. And it's as a race fan, we everybody knows our stance on it. We like to see the fast guys starting the back. If you're that fast guy starting the back at Sunset, you better go from the drop of the green, because you don't have a whole lot of time. I mean, they call it a quarter mile. The laps click off really, really quick down there. What division are we looking at right here? We're looking at, that is our dwarf cars, I believe. Dom, I don't know how you did this.
I pushed printable version.
Okay, it wasn't very printable.
Well, that would probably be somebody else's website problem.
Yeah, because if you look, this one printed just great.
It did. I see. I see. So, but that was your street stocks and your super late models at Sunset. Great car count. Lots of divisions on hand.
Quit smacking mics.
You're killing me, Gray.
Why? What do you say now? I'm entertained by the snake.
I'm not entertained by the snake. I'm not entertained by this paperwork in front of me either.
So
anyway,
grumpy after
but
Soldier
we're recapping what happened down there. Anyway, did you guys look at the car count at Cottage Grove?
Yes.
Sam,
I'm going to say no.
You didn't.
No, I didn't have time to do research on Cottage Grove this weekend. That's why I said Dom could do it.
Cottage Grove had 96 cars sign in.
Wow.
96.
That's a pretty good full pit down there.
Well, it was their fan appreciation night. They drew cars from all over. Now, they had 13 late models.
Why didn't you give me the night off to go down there and be a fan then?
13 late models, 20 limited sprints, 23 modifieds, 20 sport mods, and 20 Hornets.
Whoa.
For their fan appreciation night for a total of 96 cars. That is incredible.
Yeah, that was a big show.
And we talk about Sunset being a bull ring. Cottage Grove is too.
Yeah.
The difference with those tracks is Cottage Grove is a little bit bigger, but it's got those huge banks. Those huge, seriously, Cottage Grove should be called banks. I mean, when you look at the type of banking on that racetrack, it is just ridiculous. High speed, short track.
Neat.
Where I think Sunset's more of it's not as high speed, a little shorter, trickier surface with that red clay, and a little more technical. Cottage Grove's got those banks where you can just hold it to the floor, get it in, get that car to rotate.
Go.
And, yeah, incredible racing to watch down there. We had, again, 96 cars signed in down there. Do you want to take us through some of the divisions here, guys? Kind of want to work our way up through?
Yeah.
Sam?
Why do you always pick me?
Well, you know what? Because you need to go to work. You need to do something. Why don't you?
I need to go to work.
Yeah.
Well, I think Dom should get the Hornets.
Do you want to take us through Hornets, Dom?
Sure.
Because I really want him to talk about the Hornets.
Looks like, this is at Cottage Grove.
Yeah,
I know.
So that's this one here.
Yeah.
The printable version's still not very legible.
I've got it.
Yeah.
So
it looks like your winner was Josh Corley from Veneta. I've seen him out at Willamette quite a bit. But we started from 5th at Gene Ashley from Jasper, Oregon, the 85 car. Number 4 went to Rich Dixon with the 78 car. 3rd went to Eric Ashley from Jasper, Oregon.
Gene?
Huh?
No, 3rd. He's working his
3rd.
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
The
just-
84 car. Greg Osborne with the 07 car. He was in 2nd. And, of course, Josh Corley with 1st with the 7C.
Corley has pretty much won everything so far this year with these Hornet cars. That little 7C car, Dom, is fast.
Yeah.
You saw the back of that thing cross the line ahead of you at
Yep.
Sunset, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, at Willamette.
Yeah.
look at all those Hornets.
Yeah, there was a lot of cars.
15 finished, and then we had one that was DQ'd.
I don't know the whole story. I know there was cars that went a-rolling. Hornets went rolling.
I did not hear any of that.
I did.
See,
Okay.
it sounds
I don't
like
have the facts.
It sounds like a wild Hornet weekend, dog.
It was.
We're going to talk Hornets later on, too.
Jeez.
Here you go.
Sam, do you want to take us through Sport Mod, starting with 10th place and working up?
Oh, is that how we're doing it? I thought with the format from the earlier show, we were starting off with first and working our way down.
Let's work our way up.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. So we're right here, right? Right
Oh,
here.
wow.
Yes, we're right there.
Dom, I'm working on our relationship right now.
Now, listen, as far as Sport Mods, again, Sport Mods.
This is a fighting class down there.
Oh, man.
It's a
20 of
fight-
them.
Yeah. That's a good show down there if you're going to do that. Let's see. It looks like we got Kevin Keller in the 74K.
That's 47K.
See? That's why I shouldn't announce either. Saturday night was my best highlight of the year. Excuse me. 9th went to Kevin Kirk
Right?
from Marcola, and it's the 59 car. You see that's 59. I haven't heard much about him. What's he? You know what he's
Well, just
rolling?
ahead of him was Braxton Possinger. We know Braxton. We saw him at Willamette Speedway opening week, and he was fast.
Bad fast.
He was in the 25P, and he was up there shooting it out for the top spot. So to see him in 8th at Grove and look at the names ahead of him, this is a stout field.
It's getting there because Sean Hand was just in front of him. Looks like 6th was Art Hyatt.
One of the guys we were talking about
Yeah.
for the win at Willamette Speedway a
Speedway.
couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
it's a 6th place finish for Art.
Looks like a lot of these guys are from that area. 5th went to Jason Nelson.
In the 51N,
51. I had that number.
I want to make sure.
Okay, you should get back.
But he was at Willamette, another guy that's going to be, you're going to hear his name all year long when it comes to these sport mods. I mean, he's one of those guys that's going to be in that upper echelon. Ahead of him,
They're making gains. Looks like 4th went to Daniel Ray.
D. Ray in the 01.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like giving nicknames, don't you?
That's what they call him down there.
Well, I'm just saying. 3rd was Matt Sanders in the 2 car.
2 car.
Oh, look at that. 10th or 2nd was who?
Jordan Broughton.
Started 10th.
Started 10th,
Worked his way
finished
to
2nd. Now,
Now what?
I look at this list, and our winner
Justin McCready
in the 15 JT started on the pole.
Stayed on the pole.
and stayed on the pole.
You put him on the front row, and again, you've got your work cut out. We saw how he moved through the field at Willamette, talented driver in his class, all those guys that we just talked about, you're going to hear a lot. You're going to hear a lot about those guys in the 2018 season. Looking at this list, 2 of the names that stands out for me, 2 or 3 of the names that stand out that finished towards the back of the pack. 14th, Jordan Henry in the 60J. Remember him at Willamette 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Very fast. I don't know what happened. But for him to finish 14th, that's a surprise to me. And behind him in the 19th spot, Doug Kaufman in the 99C. Something had to go wrong. It had to be mechanical issues or something, because Kaufman, we know how fast he is as well. I mean, he's one of those upper echelon drivers in that division, and I was surprised to see that when I saw the results come out. I expected, hear him battling for the win. I think all of us did, knowing how fast he is. IMCA modifieds. Let's.
The ones that are alive and well in the Pacific Northwest.
I'm starting to wonder who wrote the Book of Love.
Who wrote the Book of Love?
I'm looking at this list.
It's Fan Appreciation Night, so remember,
Man. Okay, so our 10th place finisher in the 44 was Greg McDonald. Ahead of him, Ryan Baker. Gene Ashley was 8th. Brett James makes an appearance down at the Grove. He finished 7th.
Does pretty good down there.
He does. That's a smooth race car driver right there.
Yes, sir.
Tyler Smith was 6th. Springfield, Oregon driver Aaron Sheeler in the 45 was in the 5th spot. Jeremy Ritchie finished 4th. Curtis Towns was 3rd. Second place driver. I'm watching the Swears Trucking chat line.
Yeah.
Second place driver out of Eugene, Jake Maiden, in the 5M. And your winner?
Bryson James.
Bryson James from Albany. I do believe that is his, correct me if I'm wrong, is that his second feature win down at Grove this year?
I think so.
I believe
He hasn't been out in the mod or the late model this year, though.
No.
He's only had the mod out.
Man, 2 for 2. I think that's 2 wins for him at Grove. I might be wrong saying that, but I don't have my information up in front of me on the screen. But
just ask Gray; he'll tell you.
Great. Well, Gray says one thing you can say: mods are alive and well in the Northwest. Elma had 31, Banks 11, Lebanon 18, Grove 22. That's 82 in 4 tracks within 4 hours of each other. Then he says, I stole that from Jeremy Means' Facebook page.
Well, at least he's honest about it. At least he's honest about it.
But think about that. 31, 11, 18, and 22. 82 modifieds at 4 tracks within 4 hours. That's a pretty heavy car count. This modified division we have seen.
See? Gray told you were right.
Yep. Which I pretty much knew I was, but thanks, Gray. The mods it's going to be insane. If you're going to win a mod championship, you better be on point, because the way the IMCA points are set up, if you show up at a track where you're not in it, what's the best you can start? I think it's 13th, 12th or 13th is the best you can start, and you're running against the guys that are. That can hurt you in regional and national points.
I also thought you got more points the more cars were there. So,
still though, the worst the best you're gonna start is I want to say it's 12th.
Yeah,
could be 13th. But take us through limited sprints. You want to do the top 10 in limited sprints? I'll do it.
Okay, you do it.
So limited sprints: A main 10th place finisher Tyrell Mead from Winston, Kinzer Cox. He was there for the victory. Victory visit.
He still hasn't taken his wing off yet, though. So
he's not taking that wing off. Cooper Desbians out of Roseburg, your 8th place driver. Now, we had a problem with this before. Is that Orion or is it Orion Redmond?
I don't know. I'm gonna watch.
I'm gonna say Orion. It's Orion.
I'm gonna let you suffer like you let me suffer last time.
Steven Snotter was your 6th place driver. Shane Forte finished in the 5th spot out of Junction City. 4th place driver, Colby Cotter, Ricky Ashley, right there in the top 3 again, Jake Waddell, Tyler Thompson. Now, this kid we knew was going to get some wins. He's young. Tyler Thompson, we watched him come out of the karts, and he took to these sprint cars like he was made for him. I mean, this kid is, you watch that name, Tyler Thompson at Cottage Grove or anywhere else, he is going to be a force in this limited sprint division. I promise you that. 13 late models at Cottage Grove. And we will go, let's just go from the bottom to the top. 13th was Bob Dees in the 6th. Garrett Dees ahead of him. Robin Williams was 11th. Ryan Ronning in the X Factor. Not sure what happened here. Started on the pole, finished 10th. John Dees took home the 9th spot. Mike Linder was 8th. Ed Peters in the 78 was your 7th place finisher. Randy Barley finished 6th. Josh Sim in the 5th position. Chuck Christian in the 422 car. He was 4th. Preston Luckman finished 3rd, who won the last race down there at Cottage Grove. 2nd place, Kai Frick in the 08. And your winner, Mike George out of Coos Bay in the 67. I believe he's still driving that Black Diamond.
He is.
Yeah.
Boone Creek.
That's right. You're a big fan of that Black Diamond chassis. We've seen you get a little excited about that car with other drivers in them.
Wow. Feel like you're singling me out right now.
I am.
Okay.
So Gray says, if there's less than 10 cars, the win goes down by 1 point per car under 10.
You know, I'm almost wanting to just invite Gray to pick up a mic one Thursday and sit with us.
This door is open.
And
We've told these guys this door is open. Anytime you want to show up, grab a mic, sit down, hang out with us. There's an open chair sitting right here.
You got to sit by Corey, though.
Yeah.
All right. Willamette Speedway. We were there. We saw the action. Man.
First off, Dom, are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
He didn't waste any time. He's been chomping at the bit to do it.
All night. That was horrendous for me to watch my friend.
You know, I walked away from the Hornets, but I had to help a friend out who wanted to keep his point, so I says, I will drive for you this weekend.
Yes.
and I had a lot of fun.
You were smiling. I mean,
It was fun.
I was trying to be there to be supportive for you in the pits and
Well,
still run the cameras and
you know,
answer Corey's text messages.